And you guys will join in this as well, but certainly very happy to have Greg Peters, the co-CEO of Netflix, join us now in a morning in which, of course, their deal to acquire Warner Brothers Discovery has been reaffirmed, essentially, by the Warner board. You heard from Sam DiPiazza just a little while ago right here. Greg, great to have you with us this morning. Thank you.
Good to be here.
Love to start with antitrust because it has been one of the key risks seen for both your deal and potentially as well for the Paramount deal. In its communications this morning, the Warner Brothers board says, despite media statements to the contrary, they don't think there's a material difference in regulatory risk between the two deals. How do you see it for Netflix as the path to getting approval here, given so many people seem to have objections to putting together the number one and number three streamer in both Netflix and HBO?
Yeah, we believe the regulatory process will ultimately conclude based on the facts, and we feel those facts really support the approval of the deal. We're confident regulators will ultimately see this as pro-consumer, pro-creator, pro-worker, pro-growth, pro-innovation, and pro-competition. You came up with a few examples of how you might define the market. We look at the market definition in a couple different ways. A key one for our side is just who's winning TV view share, and I think if you look at that, we're way low in the rankings. We're 6th behind Google and YouTube, behind Disney, behind Comcast, NBC, Fox, Paramount. Even when we put, HBO Max and HBO on top of the Netflix viewing, that still puts us behind YouTube and Disney. So we believe there's a really good story as to why this is a deal that's good for consumers at the end of the day. It doesn't creators in any way, and we're already engaged with competition authorities, including DOJ and EU Commission, to explain that to them.
You are. So you've already begun that engagement. Can you describe at all what you're seeing there and or what is giving you perhaps confidence that you can, in fact, meet any objections they may have?
Well, I think it's just, helping them, with the facts, essentially, around what's happening. And I think, we mentioned the view share on TV. Another way to look at this is I've heard people talk about combining the number of subscribers. I think it's important to understand that, the two services are highly complementary. More than 75% of HBO Max members also subscribe to Netflix. So this creates actually an opportunity to offer consumers a more tailored, better optimized subscription plan, more value. We also think, when you think about the number of buyers that are out there on the creator side, we've got new buyers coming in like Amazon, Apple, we've got the FAST services, like Tubi. So there's a tremendous number of ways to get your project made and get it out to an audience.
Yeah, and to those who would say, well, really, they're just buying HBO, obviously, as part of this overall deal, but HBO in particular to kill it. You talk about the overlap, to put a key competitor out of business. How do you, or to really pull it aside and sort of undermine it? How do you respond to that criticism?
Well, I think that would be a very bad idea because, we think there's a tremendous value in HBO, and it's an amazing brand. It says prestige TV. We're excited to double down on that promise. I think actually the HBO brand and service gives us another tool for how we think about assembling our plans. How do we deliver different offerings to our members? We've just gone through a similar exercise with our ad plans where we had to think about how do you compose the right set of offerings to satisfy different consumers while maximizing the value for the business. That sort of key thesis with regard to the HBO brand and service is a key part of value for us. So we want to see HBO thrive rather than the opposite.
Yeah. To come back to antitrust for a moment, the president's going to play an important role here. Is there any indication you've gotten from the administration in terms of how they're going to view this transaction?
I think just stepping back, the president and this administration, they care about American industry. They care about the success of American companies. I think we have a great story there. We've created over 140,000 jobs in just the last 4 years in the United States. We think about production, post-production, construction. We support small businesses and local communities. So I really think this deal is a win for the entire industry. It brings an important, iconic studio into a sustainable model that means more investment. That means more opportunities, more American jobs, more union jobs, more production staying in the United States.
EU is going to play an important role. You raised it as well. What are your expectations there? We oftentimes can just get, overly focused on the U.S. regulatory process.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, we're already engaged with the EU Commission as well. I think we have a similar story there where we can bring more opportunities for creators in the European Union to tell their stories in big ways and bring that to a bigger global audience. You know, one of the things we love about this deal, the other big center of value for us, is there's an incredible library of content out there in the Warner Brothers catalog, and we can bring that to more people around the world and create value for consumers and for creators as a result.